Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Palm Coast Real Estate with Brett. Today I want to cover what I think is a very useful topic with you, and that is seller concessions. Now, if you've purchased property before, you probably know what that is, but I know there's plenty of people out there who don't. So let's lay out a simple scenario. Let's say you are considering purchasing a property that's listed for $300,000. And you don't necessarily want to offer $300,000, you're considering offering $295,000. Well, instead of doing that, you can offer the full $300,000 but ask for a $5,000 seller concession to buyer at closing. Now what that'll do is take that $5,000 out of the seller's proceeds and apply it directly to your closing costs, saving you $5,000 up front at the time of purchase, which is huge for people because, as I'm sure you know, coming up with the down payment and closing costs is one of the biggest hurdles for people in today's market, especially first-time buyers. Now, the most common time seller concessions are used is, say you go under contract on that property, you have an inspection done, and the inspection comes back with a few problems. And sometimes sellers will fix those things before closing out of their own pocket, but sometimes they may just not want to deal with it, or they might not have the money to even make those repairs themselves. So that's a great time to ask for a seller concession. That way it saves you that money at the closing table, and then you can go ahead and afford those repairs yourselves because you saved money at closing. But it doesn't have to be only for inspection issues or repairs. You can ask for a seller concession during any real estate negotiation, and then you can use it for closing costs. You can't use it for down payment itself because lenders want buyers to have some skin in the game, because that reduces the foreclosure rate, the chances that you're going to default on that loan. So you're still going to need the money for the down payment, but you can use the seller concession for any of your closing costs, like loan origination fees, points on your loan if you've decided to pay any, the cost of appraisal, title insurance. There's thousands of dollars typically of closing costs in addition to down payment for a real estate transaction, and that's what you can use the seller concession for. Now, one other thing I want to mention is that there is a maximum amount of seller concessions you can use on those closing costs, and it varies from the type of loan you have. So they're different for FHA, conventional, or VA loans. Usually you're not going to have that much of a seller concession that it's going to be a problem where you run into, oh, we've hit the maximum amount allowed. But just something to be aware of. When you're working on your property purchase, talk to your realtor or your loan officer and just ask them, hey, with the type of loan that I'm going to be using, what is the maximum percentage of the property value that I can ask for in a seller concession? So hopefully that was helpful. If you think so, like the video, follow my channel for more value, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.